This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
We have got Docker Jordan Clark in the building coming off the win. And not only that, his eyes lit up when he was outside of 50 and he was able to get one and just launch it straight through the middle, Jordan. That was bloody brilliant.
Yeah, I remembered our conversation halfway through the third quarter and thought, I'm just going to pin the ears back.
Yeah. Just let one fly.
Yeah.
Well, the week before you had an opportunity and it just went across the face, I reckon, to the left-hand side.
Yeah, only just by about 15 metres, I think.
But that one was that was a bullet, mate. I don't think you tried to kick it too hard.
Yeah, I've had that feedback, funnily enough, from all the old ex-AFL players. So they said the difference was you didn't try and overkick it. So
there you go.
No, you're spot on there, Shaun.
Well, get something right every now and then. Hey, Jordan, it was good to bounce back from Freo point of view. Obviously, Derby's always big to play in the first place, but certainly to get that win behind you.
Yeah, no, it certainly got us off the mark and feel a bit better about it. I'm still, I was probably a little bit flat coming out of the game, thinking we should have won by more. And
I'll cut yourself a break, mate. Come on.
No, well, the margins, with all due respect to West Coast, if you want to be one of the best teams in the comp at the moment, you're probably not chasing West Coast. I felt like as much as they are a young and very talented team, we probably left a few out there on the weekend. Yeah,
there is no question about that when you watch the game. But there was a lot of pressure that seemed to. I don't know. I want to know how you guys handled this during the week. There was a lot of talk at Fremantle because even the people in the street were saying, "Oh, you wouldn't want to lose this one." Season's over and you guys are under pressure. You should be able to win this game. You should be able to win. You're expected to win. How did you deal with it?
I don't really hear too much of that noise, to be honest, from an individual point of view. I keep the media stuff pretty thin that gets to me. So
is it just what we say to you? Is that the only media that's
I just copy it from you, yeah. No, I think, the media can portray things in so many different ways, and that's what they're paid to do. And, apart from, the coach and my teammates, I was pretty confident heading into that game that our footy stacked up. And I think, looking into it, people like to have write us off, but we lost to Geelong in Geelong, which is the toughest road trip in footy, and then the grand finalists from last year who lost to Brisbane and Hawthorn, which are probably two of the best teams in the comp. So our footy was in a good spot, bearing in mind we've still got a lot of improvement left in us.
Yeah, there's a few guys on the comeback very shortly. Big Swaggy was out in the track yesterday. Shaun Darcy.
So Shaun Darcy, yeah.
Hayden Young was another one.
There's a few, yeah. Those two. Sonny Walters isn't far away. Fifey, he's played a couple of minutes 3 weeks in a row at Peel.
Switter
will come back. We'll get Wagner probably back this week. Jago O'Meara was out through illness. So
I forgot about that.
We're getting a few back.
It's going to be tough to be able to pick a team. Some people are going to be unlucky.
That's right, because somebody's got to be bumped if they're coming back.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I won't be bumped for Swaggy because I'm not a ruckman. So
you should be safe there. Yeah,
the other boys could have me. I don't know. Yeah. But no, it'd be good to see those guys back. Obviously, a particular Hayden Young and Swaggy. Swaggy's had a pretty tough journey over the last 18 months to 2 years, and I think the position he's put himself in, I think everyone at the club just wants to see him do well. So
yeah, for sure.
I can't wait till he's running back out there this weekend.
It's a huge game for Freo this week. Always has a belter against the Western Bulldogs. They've been able to knock us off at home last year. Early in the rounds, they smoked us, I reckon. But then, it's real been up and down. A tussle against this team. And Sam Darcy, my God, he's in some kind of form.
Yeah, no, he is. He's he's 205 centimetres tall or whatever he is, even more than that, I think. So hopefully I don't get that match up because it'll embarrass me. But
when you take a dangle on him, that would win a car for sure.
I can't jump over a jam tin. There's no way I'll get up there. But no, the Doggies are a very good side, very talented side. They've got a lot of personnel out, but
is the Bont back or not?
No. The Bont, this is what happens with the Bont. He plays Freo and he just puts in the 3 Brownlow votes. Yeah. Every time he plays,
I know.
He gets the 3 Brownlows.
He might even still get them even if he doesn't.
Yeah, not wrong. The umpires just go the automatic way.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. They are a very good side. They're very competitive. They're a different sort of side to West Coast, so it'll challenge us in a different way. And I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, we were talking about this earlier on because we had Kath Loughnan in from Fox, and Oscar Allen meeting with Sam Mitchell, and he's been sprung right. You mentioned earlier on when you came over here a couple of years ago, you went to Justin's house. Why do you? And that posed the question. Why wouldn't you be hiding out?
Because Oscar Allen went out. They went out for coffee and were spotted. And it's like, why would you go out for coffee? Why wouldn't you just go to their house? I'm sure he's got a coffee machine.
Yeah. I just want to also put out there, I was in a completely different spot to Oscar Allen. I wasn't the captain of a club and I wasn't playing. So, I don't know. I think It's an interesting one. Yeah, the easy
We
answer
know it
is
happens,
that
right?
was
We know that
pre-season.
Well,
teams
Matt
talk to
Rowell was in
players,
Geelong in the pre-season or the off-season.
We know it's not new that it happens. It's just weird
Yeah.
to me that a captain would be sprung out and about having coffee with an opposition coach.
Who
Also-
flew over to see him.
Yeah. I actually do remember when I met JL, someone did post out in the social media that I caught up with JL at a cafe, which was just completely wrong.
It didn't happen
they
at all.
saw me and JL at a cafe.
And you were
It was
never.
like, well, that's just a lie.
Yeah,
then everyone
okay.
jumps on the back of it. So
Yeah.
he might have not even caught up with him.
Yeah,
at the cafe.
sure.
We don't
Okay.
actually know, do we? So
Yeah.
unless it's black and white and there's a photo of it, I don't really know. And the way the AFL's going, though, this stuff's real now. Like when a club doesn't want to play, they flick him. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's within his rights to explore what he wants to do.
But also, why wouldn't you just do it on FaceTime? Do you know what I mean? Like, we can Zoom these days.
We can, but Sam Mitchell's been the interesting one because he's been actively flying to see people. And I think Chris Scott has done that in the past. You know, they fly over and they go face
but like,
to face.
like FaceTime.
It's harder to say no to somebody when they're right there. You know
No, but it's also harder to be sprung if you're just doing it on your phone in your own house.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't want to get catfished, maybe.
Sam Mitchell, yeah.
And also the fact that Ryan Mansell got 3 weeks for pushing the opponent into the contest. Have you guys been has the umpires talked to you about that or the AFL?
No. So I think there was talk about a memo coming out or something. I haven't personally, so I could be throwing the club under the bus here, but no, I haven't heard anything about it. But I am glad to see that, they are protecting
Are
players.
you more likely to be the pushy than the pusher? Is that what you're saying?
Well, in that case, I probably would have been thrown straight under the bus and had my head taken off.
Yeah.
But no, I think, like you got to protect blokes. I think you see how big some of these blokes are and you're pushing a player in a vulnerable position.
And we know the outcomes now. Do you know what I mean? We know what can happen with repeated head injury, so you do have to look after people.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for him in the way that there has been a few already this year that have got away scot-free.
And suddenly,
the first one that's just whacked over the head.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that's the only way you could probably make a stance.
to clamp down on it. And unfortunately, he's been the fall guy.
Yeah. I also, though, do feel sorry for him in another way that the game is full of, like, little moments.
Yeah.
And it's split-second decisions. And you just have to live and die by the sword, I think.
Yes.
So, he's probably trained as a small forward, like he said, to get separation from his defender.
Yeah.
Push him into a contest, drop a ball, he gets a free run at goal. But he's just paid the ultimate price there, I think. So
3 weeks on the sideline,
Yeah.
And you did mention before. I've totally forgot what I was going to say. Actually,
That
But
happens
this is
regularly.
why head injuries are bad, Jordan.
I didn't even know.
You ever seen the footage of him being cleaned up by David Wirapunda? This is what happens long term.
Anyway, Freo going to have a bloody big game this weekend.
Wrapping it up.
Sunday, I'm going to. Totally forgot what I was doing.
That's all
Look
right.
after your head, Jordan. That's all we're saying.
Oh, you see me, I go on the outside, I lay about one tackle a month. So
You do not, mate.
And you run. You run and you run.
Absolutely. Actually, Jamie Cripps couldn't get away from you on the weekend. He tried to.
Oh, that was actually probably on me, some of my poor positioning, and I looked like a hero covering it up, but actually, I just saved my own ass. I think.
Oh, did you? Did you?
Oh, you made it look good. Yesterday was a big day, as it turned out.
Well, it was. I should have mentioned this from day one when Clarky walked in here. So yesterday, April 1st, was the anniversary of 30 years since the first Fremantle Dockers ever played. It was the first game of the season. They played in 1995 against Richmond at the MCG. 30 years. So there was a gathering yesterday down at the local in South Fremantle.
What, of all the people that played in that match?
Well, everybody was involved
in that club.
There was a lot of administration. So our old coach, Jared Neesham, was there. Our footy manager, Jared McNeil, was there. Our president, which
Anyone
was
not
Ross
called
Kelly.
Jared?
Yeah,
Okay,
Ross
yeah,
Kelly.
great.
There you go. He's a great man. And David Hatt, who was our CEO.
Oh, yeah?
So all the main guys.
Main
Smarty, our
characters?
recruiting guys. Anyway, they were all there.
Who were the other players? So name some names.
Well, I didn't play in that first game.
Oh, didn't you?
No, I
Didn't
didn't
get a game.
play.
Didn't get picked by Uncle Jared.
Well, no, I was injured at the start of the season.
Oh, okay.
But to be fair, I don't think I should have got picked.
Sure.
In my
You were like
mind,
a
when I was
skinny,
playing.
18-year-old, yeah?
Yeah. And when I first started playing, I don't know if you felt the same about this, Clarky, when you get on, you want to play your first game, and then you feel like once you get selected, holy shit,
yeah,
how am I
now
going
I
to play
have to-
against
yeah.
these guys? I've been watching them on TV.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. So I
You
didn't
never thought that, did you, Jordan?
No, probably not at the time, but only up until the last few years I went, I wasn't ready. 18's way too young. Like, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Just for everything else as well that comes along with it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean,
Like they've
even
been to
in
state
life,
as
you don't
well.
really know what you're doing. Yeah.
So, but no, you sort of no better way to learn, I guess.
Yeah,
Get
in
thrown
at the deep end.
and away you go.
For 30 years since Fremantle got up and going.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
I mean, and as Amy, our producer, pointed out, what an auspicious date for a club to play its first game. It's April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day.
What was the
MCG.
result?
Went down by 5 points.
Oh, that's not bad.
Should have won it. But we were a waffle team, with some AFL guys. And to be able to be that competitive at that early, all in the
that's
early
right.
days was incredible. It's incredible.
So Ben Allen was the captain?
Ben Allen was the captain, number 7, of course. And
So he'd come back from from Hawthorn for that? Yeah.
And that was the first time I had seen a professional at work in terms of, elite sportsman.
Yeah, right.
And seeing the way Ben prepared himself was amazing. And he had bad knees, right? But the way
He's
he
intense,
went about
though, isn't
being,
he? Yeah.
his fitness regime, the way he would ride his bike everywhere or go swimming or do all these other things, I went, oh my God, that's a real difference
the
from what
level.
I'd come from playing in the waffle to what these people are like. Did you have a moment like that?
Yeah. Mine was, there's not just one, there was about 4 or 5 you walked in and went, all right, wow.
They're the real
Joel
deal.
Selwyn,
Yeah.
Harry
Okay.
Taylor, Patrick Dangerfield, like Tom Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was heaps. But I think the ones that sort of take you, is probably the younger blokes that are going really well when you first walk in and go,
Okay.
wow, all right. If he, not if he can do it, I can do it. But the younger blokes who actually really invest time in themselves seem to get to the top of the cream or rise to the top pretty quicker than others. Sorry, I'm absolutely choking on my words here.
We're getting emotional.
But no, like Caleb Sarong's probably
Andy
a great-
Brayshaw's a really good example of that, isn't he?
Yeah. So we'll just touch on that. Andy's 25 and playing 150 games this weekend.
And we all know about the Christmas Day 100 thing that he's been doing for years, because that was, the philosophy there was everybody else is eating Christmas lunch and they're out running 100 hundreds, like giving them
it's
the
a
edge.
thing now. It's actually a
now
thing.
everybody.
Popular
I know
culture.
other people that have done it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then Caleb's probably the same. Caleb's got, I wouldn't even like to know if he has any time for himself during the week with how strict he is and dedicated to his recovery, preparation, his game. And, that's fine. But, everyone's different and it's cool to see other people go about it differently. But Andy and Caleb actually very close friends, but actually do go about it quite differently.
Yeah.
So, no, it's pretty cool to see how they can open your eyes a lot.
Whereas, Shaun, you were out the back of TradeLink eating pies, remember?
I was. And every Saturday I was at the big house. I used to fly in from interstate game. We had played all our games on a Saturday and just flying straight to this nightclub
Straight
in
to
Northbridge
Metros.
called Arcadia most of the time.
Arcadia, yeah, right.
And I used to drink as much. So this is how I started on the plane when I used to get on the plane, right? So as soon as we'd take off, I'd hit the button. Ding. Can I get 2 beers? To anyone who was sitting next to me, I don't know who was sitting next to me, and I'd drink them.
Yeah.
And then ding, get another 2, and I'd go as hard as I could because it's free.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, Jordan, doing that now when you get on the plane to come home?
And
You're
then
not
people
doing that,
started
are
getting
you?
a bit loose on the plane, obviously, because it's not the right thing to do. So then they said, no more full strength
cut you
beer.
off.
So then I was going, okay, what can I do now? So I started drinking wine. I started drinking white wine on the plane.
Don't be like Shaun. Is what we're.
No, I'm scared to smile on the plane on the way over time, so I won't be having a beer.
Things have changed. 30 years anyway for the Dockers.
30 years.
Well done.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The only place to watch every Eagles and Dockers games this season is on KO Sports on Foxtel, of course, where you'll see the great Kath Loughnan in action for
she is
Super
great.
Saturday.
They're great.
Yes, Kath, before we get stuck in the footy stuff, we've got a double pass to go and see the West Coast Fever versus the Sydney Swifts. Thanks, Ross. April 6th, RAC Arena. Natalie, which is when?
Oh, Sunday.
Thank you. Feel the fever and join the Green Army.
gonna be
Get your
there.
West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now. 132410. Caller number 6 will get them. You'll be there,
be
and
there.
you'll be at the footy on the
Yes.
weekend because the
Big
Western
game.
Bulldogs are in town.
How do you think we're going to go?
Freo and Western Bulldogs have a really great rivalry,
Yeah.
mainly because we've stolen a lot of former great Bulldogs players.
And they took
chucked
Rory
them in the
Lobb.
staff. And they took... Who won that trade, eh?
Well, I don't know. He's played all
played
right.
well in defence.
Well, yeah, whack him down the back. He seems to do all right.
But the game's all about Sam Darcy for the Bulldogs, the young champ.
Oh, God, isn't he good? It's going to be exciting watching him up close. But, yeah, I'm still, I don't know if you can judge teams' form against West Coast, so I'm intrigued to see how Fremantle. Sorry, Nat, but I think we're all on the same page. Where West Coast.
I mean, it's 2 weeks ago they played all right against Brisbane. Never forget. Rainy
Still
Red
lost.
Yes.
How do you feel about your captain at the moment?
Oh,
Oscar Allen.
Liam Duggan. I love him. I think he's a terrific young man.
Liam Duggan a regular this show? Does he come on this show?
No, Jeremy
Jeremy
McGovern.
McGovern.
Jeremy McGovern. Good guess.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be able to ask him actually, Jeremy, because he won't be playing for the next couple of weeks. But you make a really good point. So if everybody has been living under a rock, you'll know that, and you've missed it, Oscar Allen caught up with Sam Mitchell just after the game, actually, on Sunday. They caught up for coffee.
How do you think that would go down with players, teammates? How
Nah,
would
it's
you
not
feel?
good, mate. It's not good at all.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Even if you're arguing that, oh no, we're mates, it's still. Also, don't these people have houses? Like, just don't go out for coffee in a two-team town where everybody knows who you are. What are you doing?
I don't get that either.
Yeah, maybe in a basement or something.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is one of those situations like when it's The Bachelor and it's finished and they've finished filming and they don't want anyone to know the result. It's bags over heads and like darkened windows. Like, it'd be a bit more, you need more subterfuge.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
What are they thinking?
Great word. What does that mean?
I agree with that.
Cloak and dagger stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be really filthy if I was the West Coast Eagles. He is
It's
your
just
captain.
different when
He's
it's the
co-captain.
captain, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is,
Totally.
Because I know it's 2025 and it's a business and,
Yes.
AFL's become quite ruthless, but when it's your captain of the club,
I know.
it's an awkward one, isn't it?
And he's playing like he doesn't want to be there.
Well, he's just a bit unfit, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit
Yeah, he is.
He's underdone.
Yeah.
He's underdone.
So how do you think the Dockers went on Sunday?
They butchered a lot of opportunities, but they were good. Then they needed to be, obviously, because they ruined the last couple of minutes against Sydney, which would mean that they'd be 2-1, unfortunately. But they've
They
still
probably
got...
just needed it more so just for confidence, belief. They're on the board and that.
Yeah, they're still so young, and I don't think it's
know.
recognised across the league how
It's
young
not.
this team is.
It's not. But everyone just looks at the list and think there's no
Well, they are really
holes
good.
there, so they should be good.
Yeah, but they're still missing. Sean Darcy comes back this week. He'll play in the Waffle. So
We
will
need
Hayden
Hayden
Young.
Young.
Yeah.
They'll
Missing
both play in the
Hayden Young.
Waffle.
Yeah.
Fifey won't play this weekend, I'd imagine. Michael Walker's still a few weeks away as well. So there's a lot of talented players who aren't up and about just yet.
Yeah.
Sam Switkowski, a lot of people don't know a lot about Sam, but he's in their first 18 every day of the week, and he's one of those super intelligent players. He understands exactly what Justin wants from him, and he's able to tell the players out in the ground and really have an effect in a leadership capacity as well. So they're missing a few.
Yeah, they are. Speaking of your West Coast Eagles, though, Nat, I've been impressed by Liam Baker.
Thank you.
You've been enjoying him?
Yes, no, it is. He was very good against Brisbane. I didn't see the derby at all because I was in Melbourne for the weekend, and the time difference meant that I was out and about. I was seeing a show and then
Still, if
catching
you've
up with
got
friends.
KO, you just get it up on your phone.
I mean, I could have done that, but I was
could've.
sitting in a comedy show. Would have been
Still,
somewhat
put the
frowned
volume
upon.
down.
Kath, the
KO in the corner.
The other week when we were swimming a Rotto as our old Freo team, we had the iPad up. Actually, Aaron Sanderlands had set it up, and we had KO on start of the game.
Yes.
It was Fremantle versus Geelong, first game of the
Perfect.
season.
Oh, yeah, that was the
Inside of a
ripping
minute
game.
and a half of watching KO on the iPad, it
got
nearly
turned
got
off.
turfed into the ocean in the middle of Gage Roads. That game was done.
You would have thrown it, yeah. When did you give up on that game?
No, literally a minute and a half in, because you could just tell. You just
Yeah.
go, oh, this is done.
This is bad.
Let's just worry about the Sharks from here on in.
Nat, it's interesting though. Obviously, KO is where you can see every
Yes.
West Coast and Fremantle game, but on a Sunday, there's
Yes, of
Two
course.
choices.
There's a
Yeah,
choice.
that's right. There's decisions to be made.
can watch it
do
on
I
Channel
want to hear
7
special comments from this man?
Or do you want to watch it on Fox? Who do you watch, Nat?
I do. Like I am a KO
Shorty Mac
subscriber.
just gave her a real glare.
But I you know that I watched you because I gave you some feedback after the first one.
Failures feedback, yes, thank you.
That was not what I said.
No, you
actually,
didn't at
I
all.
said you were good.
Can I say with the feedback, and I copped a bit yesterday, which was interesting. So, mum
What?
and dad, I just
Mum and dad-
had
mums
to
and
speak
dads
to the
are good for it.
old boy, and he was just talking away, and then he said to me about the jacket I was wearing, which was basically the Rishi Bano jacket.
Oh, go on the bone.
Yeah, the ivory bone, white, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then my wife was talking to her mum, and then she said, "Can you just put on Shaun there?" And I was in the background, and she put it on speaker. "Shaun, you're doing a great job, but geez, what were you wearing? That jacket you were wearing, it's horrible."
Refreshing, Kath, to hear a man being criticised for what he's wearing.
Yeah, I got it everywhere.
I actually quite liked it. I saw you in the distance and I was like, that looks good. Shawnee Mac's pulling that off. But isn't it funny? You always get feedback on what you're wearing.
Yeah,
No.
of course.
The women
Nothing
do.
about-
The
nothing
women
about what you
do.
said.
The men don't. They don't care normally. It's only
Yeah.
your mum that cares.
Do you
Nothing
get it?
about
You
what
get
you
it?
said. Oh, yeah, all the time. Mum's always texting like, shoulders back, love that top, don't know about that colour, good
Short-
energy.
Shorts is a bold move. Yeah, I've seen you rocking the shorts a couple of times.
Sometimes on the cricket.
Yes.
Not too much. We've gone really...
I mean, a good tailored short.
Yes, tailored short. We've gone very formal Fox footy this year.
Oh, have you?
Yes, so no more jeans.
Just ball dresses and stuff?
Yeah. So I whipped out my Year 12 ball dress. No jeans, boys in suits.
Yes.
Everyone's been looking very sharp.
Very nice.
Yes,
So you do Super Saturday, and I was watching. It's a long day for you, and
It
then
is
you
a long
get on the
day.
plane and you do the WA games, with the home
Yes.
games on a Sunday. So how does
Which
your end of
feels
week
like-
work?
Oh, as in...
So
What
do
do
you
I-
take off on Friday? What do you do?
Oh, yep. So usually on Friday I fly out to Melbourne, but sometimes I have a few things on, I'll go earlier.
Yep.
And then, we go all day Saturday, Super Saturday. It's from midday to midnight, Melbourne time. And then I get on the probably, what have I been doing lately, the 9 a.m. flights.
Yep.
And then get back here, quick shower at home and straight to Optus. And then the Optus game feels like it's 2 seconds
Yes.
because
Comparatively.
of the day before. So
That's a lot, Kath.
no, but it's so fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun. And it's so exciting at the start of the season when every team's in it.
Almost every team. Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying before off air, I'm not sure we're going to get the close season we did last year, but it's still, there's hope for every team, you know
Yes.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
So, no, it's really, really fun.
Hey, Kath, from a tribunal perspective, we just saw
going
that
down there,
Ryan Mansell getting
Yeah.
3 weeks, and he shoved his player in
Yeah.
a marking contest. Well, he was just holding him. He shoved the player into a marking
Well, I'm
contest.
intrigued to see where you sit on this debate.
I see it's a really dangerous act, but I don't see how now they're going to put a grading on each different one, because I just see that sometimes this is going to happen where you bump someone or they have to run around, or you give them a little shove,
Yeah.
and how they
I think-
grade
To be
that.
fair, it wasn't a push into the back. It was it? That wasn't what was under
No,
question.
pushing
Well,
into
he
a
pushed-
pack,
he
Yes,
pushed the
basically,
guy into
which
the
is a
pack.
new trend.
Yeah.
I think it's always going to be if the player's concussed, then you're copying.
Yeah. So it's
No
about
matter
the
what.
end result rather than the actual act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of luck of the draw in that regard, but
Yeah.
you're going to have to be careful. Yeah, if you choose to push them into a pack, then you take that risk of if a player gets concussed, you're out for 3.
Yeah.
It is weird that every year there's something that the
Yes.
AFL
Yes.
have to make an adjustment
I
to,
know.
and the chicken
Like-
wing tackles and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
driving people into the
There's
ground.
always a
and
trend
now-
or a new
Yes,
phase.
I don't know
I
where
know
that
it's
comes
weird,
from.
isn't it? And in
Yeah.
no other sport do you get this, where the rules are tweaked and reinterpreted every year.
Yeah.
It's like really a strange phenomenon.
Yeah, and I've never seen so many people get knocked out. I didn't
Yeah.
ever get.
But I guess there's always a way of people trying to take advantage. I miss that there.
Shaun just tried to tell everybody he didn't ever get hit in the head. And it's like, no, you absolutely did.
no, it hit the head, but no one ruled me out ever.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
a
disappointing.
different. Yeah.
No, it is interesting, but I think just with concussion, they're always going to tweak the rules to.
And that's probably for the best. With,
Yeah,
now
exactly.
that we know more about CTE.
Yep.
Yeah. But it is,
Not looking at you for any particular reason.
I know.
we really know a lot about it.
I know. Mate, I've got 16 years of defence right here.
Yeah.
all been
That's
recorded.
exactly. That's
I
right.
want a big
That's right.
payout
What
shortly.
is your PIN number? He forgot it once and it just never came back. Kath. Just never came back.
Just had to change banks.
Really? Okay, I think maybe we
never
should go
needed
for a
the
little
NAB
brain
before.
scan or something, surely.
All right.
Well, it's going to be a big weekend of football. You'll be able to catch Kath on Fox and KO Sports this weekend.
She's always
Watch the Doctors
there.
play on Sunday. Super
there.
Saturday. It's going to be some big games. Who's on this weekend?
Yeah,
You know?
what have we got this weekend? Hang on, hold the phone.
Hold the phone.
I think there's a Gold Coast game I'm very excited about. I like the Suns at the moment.
Yeah, but they've played nobody.
Gold Coast, yeah, that's it. No, well, they're playing someone this week. Gold Coast Adelaide.
Yeah.
That's
Geez,
gonna be a
Adelaide have
good
been
one.
showing a bit
Adelaide
of form,
are
haven't
coming
they?
good. Richmond, Brisbane, North Sydney. That could be a good one too.
Be okay, yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Kath.
But Gold Coast Adelaide, that's one to watch. Two
right.
teams on the rise.
Who's going to win that?
I'm going to go Gold Coast because it's on the Gold Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good call.
Do you do tipping?
I do tipping.
Are
How
you
you
good?
going?
How you
I'm
going?
so bad at tipping. I don't know what's wrong with me and tipping. I'm shocking. I'm in the Herald Sun, so I get
so
screenshots.
it's public.
It's
yeah.
public, and I get screenshots sent to me. Thursday morning, my phone lights up with people like, "Oh, you're just above the kiss of death. Like, what are you doing? Like, your bottom row. This is embarrassing." And then we also do one on Super Saturday, which I'm not too bad at.
Yeah.
But I've come up with an excuse to explain my tipping form. I just tell everyone now that my nephew and I do it together, and it's him.
Oh, you've thrown him under the bus.
Yeah,
I like it.
completely thrown him under the bus. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's 3. It's cute. It's the thing we do.
We
He
share it
picks the
together.
colours.
He's going to come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kath.
Thanks, Kath.
Great to be here.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.